You're listening to Traumedy, the podcast that helps you take your pain and play with it. I'm Nancy Norton. I'm a comedian. I'm a registered nurse. I studied therapeutic humor. I've got certified after 3 years of study in therapeutic humor. And I go around and talk about the power of humor, and I'm going to talk about it right now. This is a special episode post-election. Oh, man. This is for folks, and I'm not saying everybody that listens to Traumedy experienced a disappointment. One of my guests I've been seeing on social media gloating and talking about the tears of liberals, and I'm like, wow, where's the guy I interviewed? This is weird. I don't know. I don't understand it. I'm going to say it right now. I can't get my head around it. All your feelings are valid, all of them. And I think those of us who I really thought Kamala Harris would win, those of us who were so excited to have a candidate who was so qualified and so much about joy and bringing the country back together and telling everyone you're welcome at my table. Just so much. So I put a little thing on Facebook, share with me something that makes you laugh today. I have a couple of bits that I'm going to share with you. What I want to tell you is we're still out here. It's not gone. And we are not gone. We are still here. And I want to maintain a high frequency. I don't want to become the guy who has such a low frequency and uses such demagoguery. So here we are. Okay. And I just did a comedy show 2 nights ago where honestly, I think because of the tension, I got a standing ovation. And I think it was because, and I'm not a standing ovation kind of comic, I'll be honest. I think I am going more and more into this high frequency because to resource, and also people needed a release. And so there's a lot to that kind of the darker the trauma, sometimes the higher the frequency on the release that is required. So that's still going on. I have a show coming up November 21st. If you're in Colorado, please come out, come laugh with us. Because what we're going to do, it's a lot where the audience gets to talk. It's not just about me, it's about us. And it's called Nurses Off the Charts. You don't have to be a nurse or even in healthcare. You can just come out. If you have a story of being in healthcare, being in the system that's funny, and share it. And also people sharing poignant stories about what called them into healthcare and maybe a couple of miracles. I think I'm going to look at miracles this week. Tell me something that's happened to you that was sort of miraculous, where things looked really dark and then something happened and it shifted. Traumedy will resume next week with our regularly scheduled program. We have a guest next week who is a comedian who is turning to a life of service. It's another comedian who's been doing this over 30 years, bringing laughter to children, something he never thought he would ever do. Coming up next week. And please send me anything, like a link to something if it's really making you laugh. I'd just like to hear what's making you laugh. If you have something, please send it my way. We're going to start off with a phone call I made today. I was thinking about calling several comedians and talking to them about how are you getting through this? Tell me some humor that's helping you. And I ended up calling Christie Buchele, who is on our first season. If you don't know Christie Buchele, she is an incredible comedian, but also a mentor to other people who want to learn to do comedy for different reasons. It's almost like she's doing therapeutic comedy and also teaches how to do one-person show. Christie Buchele, check out her episodes, season 1, I think episode 3. So here's a bit about our phone call, and then there's going to be several excerpts. So yeah, there's going to be several clips I'm going to play just because I need to. I need to hear it. All right. So I hope this episode helps you get through the day and the week and the year and the next 4 years and the rest of your life. And I hope it's a long and joyous life. Find the people that laugh with you. We're on with Christie Buchele, and I... Hello. Well, first of all, sorry. And second of all, would you say a little bit about your background and your relationship, if you're comfortable with it, to your parents and Trump and
Sure.
How you're doing?
Well, I am doing better than I thought after the first 48 hours. my whole family is, I think, for Trump, except for one grandma. Shout out grandma. And so that's hard. I have not heard from anybody. I'm sure they all know how upset I would be, but they haven't like reached out or gloated. I haven't looked at their social media, but I do feel like they're being quieter about how happy they are, at least out of respect for me. Bare minimum, I guess. I have cerebral palsy, so it has really impacted me to know that my family has voted for a man who mocked a man with a physical disability similar to mine. So that was the hardest part, I think, has been for the last 8 years. I mean, there's so many things to choose from, but for me, that's the hardest ever. At least with my family, directly, that did not faze them. So my initial reaction to the election was that I cried that night. I cried before it was even called. I got in the bathtub and really wept pretty hard, and then also got and the next day was really hard. Wednesday was really hard.
So when you went to the bathtub, I'm guessing, because I know when you know, with cerebral palsy, how the tension in your body can be so painful, where you were in physical pain, emotional pain. And I was very much so, because I also was off my meds, because I did a MDMA episode on Friday, which we could touch on that as well. But because I was off of antidepressants, my pain was higher, and then I got in bathtub, sort of the best place to be in the fetal position, and curled up into a ball. I was sad for me, and I was wondering if I was as resourced as I was in 2016. I've been kind of isolated from my community due to another powerful narcissist that you kind of feel powerless against. And so I was really feeling like, oh God, I don't know if I'm strong enough to do it again. It's really how I was feeling in that moment. Yeah.
And so that, on top of some other just career things, had made me feel like, oh God, I just don't know if I have the resource. But I think that my partner's in the same boat, whereas we live, their whole family also supports Trump, and so we at least can lean on each other in that way.
That has got to really help, to have somebody that really understands that wound, because it's a wounding feeling, right? And a sense of not
who are these people?
It
really is a feeling of I don't know you. You know what I mean? And I think my partner maybe doesn't have that as much, because his parents were so heavily religious that it's I don't know if they would ever vote Republican unless or vote away from Republicanism ever. But my parents don't have as heavy of my mom does, but my dad doesn't. And it's been hard. It's just more of a surprise to learn that is something that appeals to them and my siblings as well. That's really tough.
So you have each other. So part of how you're coping is to be together, and
grateful that I live in this blue pocket. It feels very much a privilege at this point. So that part really helped. And then I also just creatively realized the other day that my one-woman show stays relevant now more than ever.
There you go. There you go. You found it. You found one silver lining.
Yes.
We could call it a sad silver lining.
Mm-hmm. It is a sad.
But I love. But it is. But it also. But truly, personally, I got to tell you, I love it. I got a little goosebump around it, because I love your one-person show. And I want it to be seen by more people.
Yeah.
I have had a vision. I see it. I see it on Netflix. And I got to tell you, please, if I can be your doula on this part of it, like let's birth it. Let's bring it to or maybe I'm the preschool teacher now. I don't know. Let's bring it to the next level. I'm just saying it's been born. It's already been born.
Yeah.
Let's help it grow. Let's help it grow and develop.
Yeah. And I think like largely for the last year, I haven't ran it since, I believe I ran it in March was the last time I ran it. And I think I just hit a point where I was really hoping that there is a large part of my thing that talks about, not large, but a pretty sizable part that talks about Trump. And, you know, this relationship with my family and how painful it is that he voted for them. And my hope was that that part would no longer be a threat. Like he would no longer be a threat. And that part of my show would feel a little irrelevant. And so it kind of made me stop working on it in hopes that like
it wouldn't be needed.
It wouldn't be needed. That part wouldn't be needed. And I could, you know, I'd rework it, or maybe it just doesn't work anymore. I don't know, but
or write a new one, you know,
exactly.
But the theme, the thread, and by the way, I just want to say Christie's one person show is called Lost and Found, and it's so good. And I really feel so much about so many, I don't know anybody that doesn't have some dysfunctional family stuff and then dealing with everything in this artistic way. I don't know. I just feel I'm into this co-healing thing right now. That's my big thing is like, I'm recognizing I can be a conduit. I can raise, my frequency. And if people match my frequency, we are co-healers kind of a feeling. And I think that's what your one person show does, because it dives in very deep in the pain. And then what we want to do here is like, now, how can we transmute this pain? And that's what I think your one person show does. And I just want it to get to a bigger audience.
Yeah.
So.
Thank you. And so that was my one creative upside, is that something I worked on for the last 2 years. So much. And then it just, I was truly, don't worry, I didn't like secretly vote for Trump just for my creative purposes. I was truly hoping.
I was taking a drink of tea when you said that.
I would give anything to switch the election, to have to scrap my entire one show that I've worked hundreds of hours on. I just hope he can be quiet more. Can he just shut up and not talk more? That would be great. You have spent the last 2 years talking for 2 hours every day. 2 hours of stage time hasn't gotten funnier. Okay.
I watched the election return with 2 Indian women, East Indian doctors. One is a hospice doctor, one is a psychiatrist. And I mean, we were just like going into it with this, high vibe, and like, no matter what, we've got to continue to keep our frequency high. Mm-hmm. And then even as the election returns, we decided we needed to laugh a little bit. And we started to watch the cat video, they're killing the cats. They're killing somebody put to music. And we were just trying to move the energy, because the party had gone to a, so heavy, dense energy. Right. And it triggered a German national. I didn't even know. He had been sitting in a chair with his wife and watching it, but then it just activated him to like anger. And he was like, this isn't funny. And you know what? My country lived through this already. And it was like, he saw the Hitler game book going down, and it's like, you think it's going to be funny when young women are jumping out of windows tomorrow, and I was like, no, we're not. We are taking it seriously. It's just we are trying to not be flattened. We are trying to, because that's not going to help anyone if we are completely down. I mean, it's not. But I also respect where he's coming from. It was like, it's probably like laughing at a funeral. It was like, okay, all right. I love that episode. I have a copy of the Mary Tyler Moore episode where the clown bites the dust. Everybody's laughing at the death of this clown, But that's the point, I think, is how does this all coexist, But
yeah.
All right, this is an episode of Mary Tyler Moore. It's called Chuckles Bites the Dust, about a clown. Obviously, a clown died. I actually have a signed copy of this script that I bought at a fundraiser in Minneapolis. I bought this at a fundraiser for kids with cancer. Mary Tyler Moore signed this copy of this script, and I have it, and I need to put that in a frame, or I need to put that on display, because this is the essential traumedy episode of my favorite sitcom growing up, Mary Tyler Moore.
Something terrible has happened.
What is it, Lou?
Someone we all know is dead.
What? Who?
No, I won't tell you about it now. I don't want to upset you.
Mr. Grant!
Where's Ted? I gotta tell Ted.
He's on the air. Well, what happened, Lou? Who died? Will you tell us?
Chuckles. Chuckles the clown is dead. It was a freak accident. He went to the parade dressed as Peter Peanut. And a rogue elephant tried to show him. I gotta get this on the air.
Ladies and gentlemen, sad news. One of our most beloved entertainers and close personal friend of mine is dead. Chuckles the clown died today from he died a broken man. I remember Chuckles used to recite a poem at the end of each program. It was called The Credo of a Clown. I'd like to offer it now in his memory. A little song, a little dance, a little seltzer down your pants. That's what it's all about, folks. That's what he stood for. That's what gave his life meaning. Chuckles liked to make people laugh. You know what I like to think? I like to think that somewhere up there tonight, in his honor, a choir of angels is sitting on whoopee cushions. This is Ted Baxter saying good night and good news.
What a shock. It sure was. A real tragedy. Terrible thing. Lucky more people weren't hurt. Lucky that elephant didn't go after somebody else.
That's right. After all, you know how hard it is to stop after just one peanut.
That's not funny, Murphy.
What are we laughing at?
Chuckles!
That's not nice.
Oh, I know. Lou, why do I say things like that?
It's a release, a kind of defense mechanism. Oh, like whistling in a graveyard. You laugh at something that scares you. We laugh at death because we know that death will have the last laugh on us.
That's very good, Lou. Not only good, it's heavy.
Ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee.
It tolls for thee. It's movingly put, Lou. Why did it toll for me?
Because this could have happened to any of us, Ted.
Right. Somewhere out there's an elephant with your name on it.
My car's being fixed. I wondered, could I ride with you and Georgette to the funeral tomorrow?
Sure, the more the merrier.
Mary, dear, there's no point in duplicating efforts. I'll do the tribute to Chuckles this afternoon on my show.
No, Sue
I'm
Ann.
peeling onions. My eyes will be too puffy for anything else.
Sue Ann. Why is everyone being so callous about this?
Callous? Well, I'll have you know, dear, that Chuckles and I were very close. I baked the first custard pie he ever sat in.
Well, all right, maybe callous is not the word, but the man died. And it seems to me the only people who are showing any reverence around here are Mr. Grant and me.
I can just see the insurance claim. Cause of death, a busted goober.
I don't know what you two are laughing at, but I'll take a chance it's dirty.
Bert, you're not still making jokes about that.
I'm sorry, Mary.
Oh, it's a release, Mary. People need it to get over a tragedy. Everybody does it.
I don't. Now, shall we go over the tribute?
Oh, yeah, right. That's a good
I
idea.
took your suggestion, Mr. Grant. I screened some of Chuckles' old shows this morning.
Mhm.
Some of his best-known characters were Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo, Billy Banana, Aunt Yoo-Hoo, and, well, of course, Peter Peanut.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry, Mary.
Well, that's perfectly all right, Mr. Grant. The tribute was your idea, however, if you think it's funny.
No. You're absolutely right. The guy deserves a dignified farewell.
Exactly. Okay, I thought what we'd do is show some film of Chuckles at work, and then simply the words, as we remember him.
Oh, Mary, that's beautiful.
Yeah, that's nice. Really nice.
Yeah, that's a great idea. As we remember him. Who was Aunt Yoo-Hoo?
Well, I don't think we'd want to use Aunt Yoo-Hoo.
Why not? What did he do as Aunt Yoo-Hoo?
Well, no, not much. He just, he put on a dress and screamed, Yoo-Hoo! And then at the end of the show, he'd turn his little back to the camera and bend over. And on his bloomers were written, the end.
Maybe they should bury him that way.
I give up. You win. Chuckles' death was a scream.
No, come on, Mary. We're not laughing because he's dead. I mean, we all like him, and we're very, very sorry.
Well, then why are you laughing?
Mary, dear, don't the circumstances strike you as being just a trifle bizarre?
After all, the guy died wearing a peanut suit, killed by an elephant. Yeah.
Just forget what he was wearing. Suppose he hadn't been dressed as a peanut. Would his death still be funny?
All right. You can probably tell we're at the funeral now. I mean, you can watch this on YouTube, but I just wanted to share it.
You're looking very nice, Dad.
Oh, thanks, Sue Ann. Just paid $50 to have my shoes done. The cream shine, I think that's what he would have wanted.
How much of a crowd is there?
Oh. If this were my funeral, it'd be packed.
That's right, Ted. It's just a matter of giving the public what they want.
I wonder which ones are the other clowns.
And you'll know soon. They're all going to jump out of a little hearse.
This is a funeral. A man has died. We came here to show respect, not to laugh.
I'm sorry, Mary. All right, no more jokes.
My friends, any man's death diminishes me because I am involved with mankind. Therefore, ask not for whom the bell tolls, it tolls for thee.
Hey, Lou, he stole your poem.
Chuckles the clown brought pleasure to millions. The characters he created will be remembered by children and adults alike. Peter Peanut, Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo, Billy Banana, and my particular favorite, Aunt Yoo-Hoo.
I love this.
And not just...
Mary is starting to laugh.
Not just for the laughter that they provided. There was always some deeper meaning to whatever Chuckles did. Do you remember Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo's little catchphrase? You remember how when his arch rival, Senor Kaboom, hit him with a giant cucumber and knocked him down? Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo would always pick himself up, dust himself off, and say, I hurt my poo-poo. Life's a lot like that. From time to time, we all fall down and hurt our poo. If only we could deal with it as simply and bravely and honestly as Mr. Fee-Fi-Fo. And what did Chuckles ask in return? Not much. In his own words, a little song, a little seltzer, Doctor. Excuse me, young lady. Yes, you. Would you stand up, please? Please, won't you? You feel like laughing, don't you? Don't try to hold it back. Go ahead, laugh out loud. Don't you see, nothing would have made Chuckles happier. He lived to make people laugh. Tears were offensive to him, deeply offensive. He hated to see people cry. So go ahead, my dear. Laugh for Chuckles.
She starts to cry. It's so funny. I wanted to share this because I love that they talk about it, it's a release. It's a normal human thing. And obviously we do know this intuitively, that we use humor to relieve tension, but also all these studies that show the other things it does for you. For example, releasing some endogenous morphine. It is a pain medication, and it also creates oxytocin between people. So when you're in pain and it solidifies a team, it solidifies I'm not alone with this pain feeling. There's oxytocin, and then that also produces the serotonin, the dopamine, the feel-good hormones. So it's really cool. I love that this episode is so much about therapeutic humor. So anything else that's lightening your spirit that's like help?
I also, instead of thinking that that America hates women and will never trust us to run the country, I have been saying that perhaps they just weren't ready for a vice president named Tim. That's because that's the only other common denominator between the Hillary campaign and the Kamala campaign is a vice president named Tim. And you know what? Maybe it's that.
That's what it is.
It's a little easier to swallow than that they hate women. Personally. So that's just a little joke.
Well, who was her what was his name? Tim what?
Tim Kaine.
Tim Kaine. See, I can't even, they kind of even like looked alike a little bit, huh? Tim
Yeah.
Kaine.
Well, they did a joke on Saturday Night Live and actually had Tim Kaine on. And like, and it was like a game show where it was like, who am I?
Oh,
and it was like nobody, and the joke was that nobody knew who he was already. Like,
and my short-term memory is so bad, I actually saw that bit and forgot his name again. So it went in and out. Tim, I love that. And then I was going to say, what I've been doing, like finding people that make me laugh right now, and it has to be the darkest humor. I mean, Zach Reinert, I was supposed to interview this week, and his partner, his wife got sick, and so he's helping with his baby. But I was like, God, find the people that make you laugh right now, because it's going to take a lot. It's going to take a lot. Yeah. And Zach Reinert, one of the best joke writers around, I just adore his humor. I mean, it makes me laugh in a different way. Like it's almost like a bark. Like it's almost like, bah! It just is so.
It's like a little pop.
Yep, it pops, man. Here's a little sample of Zach Reinert.
Oh, man. Let's see. Had to pull the plug on my grandma today, but then we plugged her back in and she worked just fine. I think my grandpa might be getting dementia because he keeps forgetting simple things like that I can kick his ass before he starts talking shit. I hope Woody Allen's wife doesn't die before him, because no parent should ever have to bury a child.
Okay, that's a little sample. And he is going to be a guest soon, so stay tuned for an episode with Zach Reinert. And then who else have I been listening to? Oh, I listened to this bit. Love this guy because there's this meme circulating that Mark Twain says, there's nothing to be learned from the second kick of a mule. I saw this reel before the election. It helps me so much more after the election. It's by a guy, James Donald Forbes McCann. And he's Australian. Oh my God, this bit, I have watched it several times. It makes me laugh every single time. And here it is.
Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. Fool me 3 times, it's twice as much shame on me. I cannot believe I allowed you to fool me again. Should definitely learn from the first time not to be fooled. Fool me 4 times, shame back on you. Actually, you are picking on a vulnerable man. Something has obviously gone wrong with me. This is like bullying the kid in a wheelchair at primary school. It's like, bully the fat kid, bully the kid with the limp. 4 times you're going to fool me? Unbelievable. Fool me 5 times, shame on me again. I mean, I'm vulnerable, but at some point you have to take some personal responsibility, for crying out loud. I've got 12 of these, they're good for 8. Fool me 6 times. Fool me 6 times, 6 times a fool. And I have lured you into my trap. Pretending to be a fool 6 consecutive times to give you a false sense of security. Only to flip it. And now you are the fool. And you have the shame. Fool me 7 times, you saw through my trick. But there's no shame, because I'm getting fooled by the best. Fool me 8 times. And this is no longer a fooling, this is a systematic cruelty. And rather than allocating shame or even looking at you as an individual, I'd like you to unpack the nature of your fooling, remove the fool privilege that you're bringing to the situation, and build a freer world for us all. But fool me 9 times? Well, that's 1 time too many. And I will rise up with all the other members of the Fooletariat to install a dictatorship of the fools and wipe out the people who have been fooling us. But fool me 10 times, the revolution goes awry. in a sort of Stalin taking over the USSR type situation. Told you it was only good till 8.
The bit that is really getting me, that it's been my favorite bit, and it's I've heard it before, but I don't know, in the last 8 months it's really been hidden, is Eddie Pepitone's commercials bit. It's on YouTube as well, and it is
so good.
So good.
Will you send? Oh my God, send me a link to it. See, I would love to.
Yeah.
I think it would be helpful if we could laugh together over these things. And I just listened to this Eddie Pepitone bit already, and it's, oh my gosh, it is brilliant. And so here's another, and this is a 15-minute bit. This content is not for children. Explicit language. Hey, enjoy. And if you don't want to listen to the whole 15 minutes, then, find the comedy that makes you laugh. Find whatever you need and reach out to me if I can be of any help. Thanks for being out there. Anyway, enjoy Eddie Pepitone. And Christie and I are back briefly after this, and then we'll have closure.
I'm just anti-fucking corporate big time. I won't do any commercials, I won't do any, I'm not going to be one of these fucking people auditioning for commercials. I might do one if I'm asked. It's a lot of money driving around in a 2006 Honda Element. But when I did audition for them, I never got them because I was always too angry. Like, let's say the product is Downy and I'm holding a shirt. And you have to say things like, in this fucking unreal, disgusting world of commercials, you have to say things like, honey, how'd you get the shirt so fresh? And you have to smile, but my smile looks like a psychotic, like someone you want to keep away from the kids. How do you get it? So it's like the smile you get when someone's trying to take a picture of you with their cell phone, but it's not working, and you start out like pretty natural, but by the time they finally, you're like, it's like a Rorschach blot to your soul. Okay, you can see I was never loved. Take the fucking picture.
A Rorschach shot of your soul. I can't even say.
But this is how the auditions would go. I would come into the casting agency. Hi, Mr. Pepitone. Look, so it's very simple. It's Downy. Downy, aren't they owned by Dow Chemical, the guys who did Agent Orange? Killed a lot of soldiers, a lot of people? Yes, Agent Orange was a misstep, but they're back now with Downy. Yes, they killed a lot of people, but you have a chance to be the spokesperson for them. Oh, okay, yeah. So all you have to do, Mr. Pepitone, is you just have to, have a shirt in your hand, imagine a shirt, and just say, honey, how'd you get the shirt so fresh? And whatever pops into your head, too, like if you think of something funny, because we love to use lines that actors think about that we're not going to pay. All right, so just, honey, how'd you get the shirt so fresh? And whatever pops into my head. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you so much. But here we go. So just, honey, how'd you get the shirt so fresh? And whatever pops into my head. Okay. Honey! 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 Mr. Pepitone. Your wife is right there. All right. Sorry, I have abandonment issues. I've been left a lot. I don't know what the fuck they want. If I'm on top of them, I'm smothering. If I'm not there, I'm aloof. I don't know what the hell they want. No. Mr. Pepitone, you have have a very good relationship. This is a beautiful family, a very good relationship. Your wife is right there. Okay. Thank you again. I hope that doesn't affect your choice on who's going to be the spokesperson. I mean, Downey had a misstep, so did I. Correction, Dow Chemical had a misstep.
Yeah, I was going to say Dow Chemical.
So did I.
Yeah.
I'm sure Downey is fucked up too.
No doubt. Yes, it is. I hate fabric
So she
softener.
loves me. Yeah, it's a really nice marriage. Your wife loves you. She's right there. Okay. Honey, I know you're here. I don't know where the fuck you are. But I know you're here. You always sneak up on me with your little ballerina feet. Because you caught me on the computer masturbating to hockey fights. Mr. Pepitone. Maybe not everything that pops into your head. Just kind of get... I mean, if you think of something funny, do that. But, don't... it's a good product, and we want people to use it. Okay? But she does that. But I hope this doesn't affect your decision. All right, okay, and if something pops into my head, okay. Honey, I know you're here. But I have one question. How do you get these shirts so fresh when there are people not 100 yards from our house stabbing each other for food? Yet you still get these shirts fresh. How do you get these shirts so fresh when every 5 minutes there's a mass shooting? How do you do it? I mean, there's so many mass shootings now, I'm fucking bored by them. How do you get these shirts fresh when nobody brings up the fact that we just have war after war after war, and that over 50% of our gross spending goes to the Pentagon, and they don't know where billions and billions of dollars go each year, and they kill people all over the globe, which is why we're hated, and you still are getting these shirts fresh. How do you do it?
Wow.
Climate. Scientists are saying that we're fucked, and that's a technical term now. Yet you still get these shirts fresh. I mean, for Christ's sake, we watch nature specials and cry. Polar bears don't have ice. Yet you still get these fresh. Little children, poor children, families fleeing violence from other countries. They're having their kids put in cages. Yet you still get these shirts fresh. Gerrymandering is going on. I don't understand it, but it doesn't sound good. Yet you still get these shirts fresh. But yesterday was the topper. Your sister came over to our house and took her life in front of the children.
Oh, God.
Yet you still got these shirts fresh. And you know what, bitch? I don't want to know how you got them fresh. I want to know why.
Oh, God. Wow.
Why are you burying your head in fucking laundry? when the whole world is collapsing. The fuck are you doing? Oh, you use Downy? Downy.
Oh, man. Go to Eddie Pepitone's page. Follow him on all the social media. Follow him on YouTube. Listen to his special. The same with Zach Reinert. He has a special on YouTube. A lot of these guys are produced by 800 Pound Gorilla. And who else did we play? We played James, Donald, Forbes, McCann. Give all these people a follow. I just want to make sure and give them credit. And I just want to thank them for the therapeutic humor. Seriously has helped me. That's kind of Traumedy in a nutshell. Mixing the light with the dark. And that's a lot about trauma therapy in general. We're not saying nothing happened. We're not in denial. But we are resourcing with, for me, I have to resource with higher power. I have to resource with humor. And I have to resource with literally just love of my friends, love with my friends, and keep sending it out. Keep breathing. That's all I'm saying. If you can find anything, even just a little thing to give yourself a break from the pain. All right. Well, that got real dark and I love it. Okay. Bye. Let's say goodbye to the podcast. Bye. Yeah. All right. No matter what, find people that will laugh with you, please. Okay.
Yes. All right.
All right.
We will.
Thanks, Christy.
Yeah.
I want to thank my guest, Christie Buchele. Follow her on Instagram at The Joke Mentor and take a class with Christie if you need to get some expression out there. I did hear from some comedians who said just doing shows is really helping them. I know expressing in lots of different ways can help you. Writing, journaling, dancing, whatever it is. I had to get out in nature. Take care of yourselves. I also want to thank my son, Nathaniel Norton, who's helped me with this music loop on Traumedy. Thank you, the listener, for being there, for being in that co-healing vibe. And no matter what, keep laughing. See you next Tuesday for Traumedy Tuesday.